Hey guys, so this week's sneak peeks and releases, I think it's releases and sneak peeks, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. Let's just jump straight into it. Now there are a lot of complexion products on this list. Everyone's bringing out foundations, concealers, so there's going to be a lot of those. Okay, so first thing is Becca are bringing out a collection called the Becca Skin Love collection, and they've got a bunch of foundations as well as a glow elixir and a glaze stick. I think the glaze stick is supposed to be like a highlighter. The foundations are the things that I am mostly looking at. Now this comes in 24 shades. It's the Skin Love Weightless Blur Foundation. And I believe it comes in 24 shades. And from the swatches here, it looks like they've catered towards fair, light, medium, and dark. And these 24 shades I feel like they are better than the Beauty Blender Bounce Foundation, even though there's a lot less shades. Don't get me wrong, they could have still put a few more shades in between. Like, I can tell which shades are missing, but it's kind of like they've evenly catered toward those 4 categories. And I'm sure they'll probably expand, but it's like pretty much everyone can find a shade which will basically suit them. I'm not too sure how much these are going to be, but I am definitely intrigued. Definitely intrigued. Next is the Tatcha Kisu Lip Mask, which is supposed to soften the texture of the lips. Basically like an exfoliator, I guess. But this is $30. Like, Tatcha are coming for their coin. They're coming to like, they're coming for their coin. I like the color of it, like that baby pink. It just reminds me of, it's like a flesh color. And that color, when you're thinking about lips, I think it kind of matches. So yeah, I think marketing wise they did the damn thing with this. The packaging is very, very cute, but for $30 I'm just not into that. Ray Morris are bringing out a transparent powder. Now from the looks of it, the powder itself is not 100% transparent, but do they mean that it's transparent when it's applied on the skin? Because that would make sense. Because you know, like when you use some powders, like my skin looks right now, it looks quite pale because I've used a bunch of powder to like blot and stuff. But when they say like, oh, it's a transparent powder and you put it on your skin and there's still flashback and blah blah blah, and it's like, is it really transparent? So like this has absolutely no color at all. You can kind of see through it. This is interesting. I would love to see a review on this. I really would, because this looks kind of good. And it reminds me of the Fenty powder, that blotting powder that she has, but her one was white, this one isn't. Stila are coming out with a mini set of their liquid eyeshadows, and this is going to be $25. I don't like the 3 colors that they chose to make these into minis. I'm just not into those shades at all. I know that Kitten, the middle one, is like like one of their best sellers. Like, that shade has been one of their best selling shades for time, so I understand why they would definitely include that. But the other 2 shades, I'm not feeling. But $25 for the 3, I don't think that's a bad deal. And also, it's like a lot of us have like a lot of palettes and a lot of eye colors regardless. Are you really going to get through all 3 of those bottles anytime soon? I highly doubt it. So I think that $25 for the 3 is a good deal. They've also brought out some really vivid and vibrant liquid eyeshadows, but these are $24 each. So I would rather get the pack of 3, but these are gorgeous. I swatched the MAC ones in their store the other day. I know these aren't MAC, these are Stila, so they're probably different. But just on the basis of how those were, like the opacity, the colors, everything, I am interested in getting like maybe 1 or 2 liquid eyeshadows. I'll probably get the ones from Revolution though. Maybe, hopefully they get them in Superdrug at some point. Superdrug aren't getting all of their stuff for some reason. It's like you're only getting some of the stuff in the in the stores, but whatever. Anyway, so Coloured Rain are coming out with 60 new vivid pigments, and it's $55 for the bundle. Individually they're $6.99, and the magnetic palette is $11.99. Okay, so first of all, bundle is $55, but there's 16 shades at $6.99 each. That's over $110. I did the math earlier. So the bundle being 55, literally it's more than half off. It's more than half off. So you're most definitely better off getting the bundle. But does the bundle include the magnetic palette? That's what I'm not too sure of. But just off of the basis that, you know, the 16 are $55 instead of like over 110, I'd say that that was probably the better option. Now, the shades themselves look gorgeous. The only thing is, those 4 blues, I don't feel like they needed 4 blues. They've got a dark one, keep that. And then there's like a royal blue, which is next to the pink, next to the purple. And then they've got like a bright blue, which is next to the red. And then they have like a dusky blue, which is next to the yellow. Did they need all that blue? I think they could have substituted one of those blues for black or a white. That's just my opinion. And it's the same with that cluster of purples at the top as well. Did you need all of those purples? You could have substituted one of those for something else. I don't know. That's just my opinion, but they're pretty nonetheless. Spectrum are coming out with a new brush collection. This is Minnie Mouse. I'm not too keen on the candle colors. I've seen brush sets where they're like each brush is a different shade or a different color, and they've all made sense. But this, to me, I just don't feel like these shades go together. Like, you got that red and then the rest of them are kind of pastel like, and then you've got that yellow as well. I don't feel like those go together, but fine. There's like a bunch of bags in this collection, and I don't understand why they need so many bags. I really don't, but again, fine. At first I was thinking, why is it that everything aside from that one thing doesn't have Minnie Mouse's face on it? Wouldn't it be better if it had Minnie Mouse's face on it? And I thought, but how childlike does that one thing with Minnie Mouse's face on it look? Would I really want to carry that around or show people that I have it? Not really, because it will look like I went to Toys R Us and got that. Like, it's gonna look crazy. So I do prefer that they blacked out the face and just kept the bow as the main feature. It just adds a little bit more of a adult element to it, I guess, rather than having her actual face on it. So I like all of the things which have Minnie Mouse's blacked out face with the bow as the focal point. But do I think I'll be getting this? I highly doubt it. Guerlain are coming out with their Holiday 2018 palette, which is an eyeshadow and highlighter palette. The only thing that gives me Christmas vibes are the red and the green. Aside from that, I don't get Christmas vibes. And on top of that, they have a sponge tip applicator in this palette. And I'm kind of thinking, why? Guerlain, you lot are not cheap, but why are you putting this cheap applicator in palette? Like, that's taking the mick to me. It really does. Recently, Revolution have stopped putting their sponge tip applicators in their chocolate bar palettes. They used to put them in every single palette, and I think the past 2 or 3 they stopped doing it, and I was so thankful for that, because then you kind of get, it gives them a little bit more space for more shadows. On top of that, it's like no one uses double-ended sponge tip applicators anymore. So like, get with the times. Either give us a brush or don't. But the sponge tip applicators really don't do all of that, please. So I'm glad that they stopped doing that. And Guerlain, I feel like they need to follow suit. As I said, I don't get Christmas vibes from this. Aside from those 2 shades, I'm just not getting Christmas vibes. Next, Tatcha are releasing their new rice polish facial cleansers, and like each one of these has a different property or is for different skin types. One will be for normal skin, one will be for dry skin, one will be for combination, blah blah blah. And it looks like it comes in a powder, and you have to kind of like add water or something so you can do all the damn things and whatever. But it looks like this was like a reformulation and a repackaging. Did they only have one before and they're also extending? I'm not 100% sure, because it says be ready for a full collection, new packaging and new formula. It looks like they're extending the rice polish as well as reformulating and repackaging. Okay, fine. But again, Tatcha are coming for their coin. I'm not doing it. Anastasia Beverly Hills have gotten themselves a space in the Selfridges in Oxford Street. I used to frequent Oxford Street Selfridges so often, and I don't really go there anymore. I need to definitely go down there and have a look at the ABH section, because this looks like a whole thing. It's not just a little counter. This looks really nice. I'm definitely going to be going there at some point. And I also need to visit the Too Faced store, and there's another store. I think Morphe are opening a store as well. So when they open theirs, I will definitely go there. But I need to go to the Anastasia section in Selfridges because this looks so gorgeous. Oh, so Natasha Denona is coming out with her Transformat foundation. This to me is giving me Beauty Blender Bounce foundation vibes minus the orange foundations. I mean, even the fair section, there's 4 shades. I'm sure that they could have done a couple more shades in the fair section. They definitely, and look, when it comes to the dark to deep, it feels like the dark selection looks like it goes up to a shade a little bit deeper than my own complexion, and then goes to like Jackie Aina's complexion, and there's complexions in between me and Jackie Aina. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like there's still a few shades missing from here. Still a little bit better than Tarte, still a little better than Beauty Blender, but still there's a lot missing. It just seems that they've catered to really light people, and can't. Okay, First Aid Beauty have come out with the Hello Fab Bendy Avocado Concealer. I can't get with the name. I can't. What avocado is bendy, first of all? And I understand what they're trying to say. It's like it doesn't crack, it doesn't crease, but first of all, it only comes in 7 shades, and those, I know you don't need to have as many concealer shades as you do foundation shades preferably, but this is not enough. I haven't heard of First Aid Beauty as far as I can remember, but I don't know if this is their first launch or whatever, but I feel like a lot more shades are needed in this. Now, I can get away with using one of these, contour and for concealing, but for people deeper than me, it's just not gonna happen. It's just not. Kylie has revealed her 21st birthday makeup collection. Comes with a highlighter, some liquid lipsticks, liquid eyeshadows, some regular lipsticks, and an eyeshadow palette as well. I'm gonna have a look at the eyeshadow palette and I'm gonna throw a picture of it up. I haven't got a picture of everything together, like out of the packaging so you can see it, so I'm just gonna throw up that eyeshadow palette. I'm not keen on this. I mean, it feels so random. I'm just not feeling it at all, and to be fair, I'm just kind of like over Kylie's releases. Even though I haven't purchased any of this stuff, it's just like I'm so over it. It's just so generic and basic at this point, and I just feel like the Kylie train has kind of like come and has done its thing, and it's now departing off of the platform. IT Cosmetics have extended their Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer to 48 shades. Now this is a concealer range. IT Cosmetics have been listening to what people have been saying about them, and they've clearly been looking at what has been going on in the beauty community of recent, and they have decided to extend their range. I mean, this is amazing. Like, this would make a great foundation range, let alone a concealer range. I mean, does anybody really need this many concealers? Probably not, but literally anyone and everyone is guaranteed to find something that suits them for highlighting and contouring. Definitely, this is an amazing range. I'm so happy that IT Cosmetics has done this, and I hope that they extend their foundation range to this, if not more. I mean, if you can do 48 concealers, imagine how many foundations they can do. Ciao. Juvias are coming out with their fall 2018 lip creams. I like the 2 at either end, like that dusty nudie pink and that lip topper gold glitter. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Whether or not I'll get them though is a completely different situation and story. Estee Lauder have brought out the Goddess Glow eyeshadow palette. I don't really know what to say. I feel like I don't even know what to say. I don't know. Imogen, I'm not too sure who she is, but Imogen, who I'm assuming is some kind of beauty vlogger person, has teamed up with Revolution to bring out eyeshadow and a contour highlight palettes, not just one palette, she's got two. She's giving me Carly Bible vibes a little bit. She's very, very pretty. I feel like Revolution have been doing so many collabs recently. It's like I'm just waiting for them to send me an email saying, hey, do you want to do a collab? They've been doing that many collabs. I am kidding, by the way. I don't feel like this is much different from the Sophie palette that they did with her. They've done two with Sophie, but some of the colours are reminiscent of the shades that they did with her. The shades for the contour highlight palette, I don't feel like they're very unique. But are you really going to get unique shades for a contour highlight? I mean, you basically need, like, you're not going to have any crazy colours on your face for your contour highlight. Like, let's just keep it 100. But I don't think I'll be getting these, even though I'm very, very sure that they're affordable. I'm just not feeling this. Milk Makeup have brought out their matte loose setting powder. It's supposed to be like a blurring and setting powder. I'm sure this will go very, very well with their blur stick, and this is supposed to be a talc free and silicone free formula which absorbs oil and keeps your makeup locked into place. And it looks like they've got 3 shades, which is a good idea, because I know brands try to bring out like one shade fits all kind of thing, you know, like a banana powder, and a lot of people end up looking ashy, or for really, really pale people it just makes them look jaundiced. I do prefer when brands bring out more than one shade of a powder. It makes it feel like they are catering to more people. Shiseido are relaunching makeup, so it looked like they were doing skincare and did have makeup, but now they're going back to makeup. This is giving me Inglot vibes. This definitely is giving me Inglot vibes. I want to see more of this, like more pictures, because this is just a sneak peek. So I want to see more of their stuff, because it's kind of hard to judge from this picture. But they're going to be coming out with 60 new products, which includes eyeshadow palettes, blushes, brushes, lip products. It looks like they're going to be coming up with quite a few bits. Boscia are coming out with a rose water mist, which has witch hazel. I mean, I personally can just do with any kind of facial mist, facial spray. It doesn't have to be like glah and stuff, you know, like really bougie. So this sounds like it will be nice because it does have the witch hazel and the rose water and stuff. So it might have some really good properties, but I don't feel like these are the kind of products I like to spend big money on. And lastly, we have Natasha Denona announcing her Camel palette. So it's a 5-shade palette, and this is giving me Juvia's Place Warrior palette vibes. But if you look at the picture of the palette, the bottom left, and compare it to the top right, the vertical picture, don't the palettes look different? Don't the shade selections look different? I mean, they've got a dark shimmer and a dark matte, and then in that picture they don't look as dark. And the swatches on the lady's arms, I'm kind of confused because the first 3 shades pretty much look the same. So I need to see like a proper picture and like a real campaign picture, because this isn't, I don't think that this is doing it justice. So I'm kind of like, I don't know what to feel. But straight off the bat, I was getting Juvia's Place Warrior palette vibes, definitely. So that was this week's new releases and sneak peeks. What are you looking to get? Personally, I ain't looking to get anything. Even from the affordable things, I'm not looking to get anything. There's things that I'm hoping to see reviews on, but aside from that, I'm not really that into what's going on. Anyway, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.